Hi guys, welcome to today's video and welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name's Alexa, I'm a manifestation coach. Today's going to be based around the topic of your specific person, and this can apply to any manifestation. I just know that people want the most advice, of course, for manifesting a person, a relationship, and this can apply to any other manifestation you're doing. So I'm going to talk about when you stop manifesting, when you essentially give up or take a break, or you just stop putting in the effort. You know, if you have that urge and desire, or you're just exhausted with manifestation right now, what is actually going to happen if you stop putting in that effort? I'm going to get into this topic today, so do stay tuned to hear the outcome and actual answer to this question. I do have lots of exciting coaching opportunities if you're interested to get your personal questions answered. Starting at just $2.99, you are free to submit a question to my monthly Q&A, which is exclusive to only my LOA Coaching Darling members. So on screen and in the description box and literally on the page you're watching this, you can click to join, and for just $2.99 a month you can join and become a member. You can also get one-to-one coaching with me. So all my packages will be kind of described on screen, which is my new website. It is linked in the description box and across all my pages on social media. So do take a look if you are interested and you'd like to actually work with me one-on-one. So yeah, everything will be on screen. And now let's get started with the video. So what is going to happen if you stop manifesting your person? And like I said, this can be applied to any other manifestation. If you stop manifesting a job, self-concept, physical changes, money, what is going to happen, you know? Even school results, exam results. I know that's a topic a lot of people have had questions about. All of this does apply. It's the concept and principles of manifesting. Your progress is not going to stop being true. Any progress and results you've had and, you know, the changes you've developed along the way, even if you've only been manifesting for a couple of weeks, that doesn't stop becoming true. That doesn't stop being factually true, that your subconscious has started to shift, the 3D reality has started to conform, movement has come in, whatever, and those things are usually objectively the case. Whether or not you see them, it's usually the case that movement and changes positively are coming in one way or another. So those things don't suddenly become, you know, null and void and untrue and, you know, just completely erased from your reality and your mind. Whatever progress and changes you've made, it's still there. So to analogize it, if you start learning a new language, you know, and you study for a week Spanish, let's say, all the knowledge you've built up for that 1 week and then you just give up completely, doesn't mean that you know, the words that you've learned and the knowledge of the language just suddenly leaves your mind. It's like, oh, we've stopped learning about this. Okay, I no longer remember how to say any of these words. I no longer know how to conversate in Spanish. Converse, I think is the correct word. You know, you don't just suddenly forget because you chose to consciously give up working on it. It doesn't mean that everything, all the knowledge you've built up to that point is suddenly, you know, erased from your mind. So it's the same with manifest. Slight changes in your beliefs and assumptions that may have already taken form and taken shape don't just suddenly leave your mind and you reverse back to the old story. That's not how it works. So realistically, I will say that the movement does slow down. The movement will slow down. You won't really be creating day by day those changes if you stop putting in the effort. So, you know, any changes in your person, the way they think, the way they feel, you know, the things they're reminded of by you, even in dream form, and the steps that they may have taken to lead into the relationship that you want with them, that will slow down most probably. You know, you won't be actively working on it, so but day by day it's not really probably going to strengthen or build up and grow more and more. But again, they don't revert back to the old version. It doesn't stop becoming, you know, it doesn't stop being a fact that they were starting to change, their feelings and thoughts were starting to shift. Those things are still the case. It's just probably going to stagnate. So again, those 3D reality shifts will halt or slow down, and, you know, they will just kind of stop progressing most probably. It does really come down to your own mindset, the way you think about it, the way you know, what's in your mind about it. If you go back to the old story and you just completely let go of a mental diet and you've had a lot of opposing thoughts and you just let all of them flood into your mind, you're going to get very hot and cold results and behavior from your SP, by the way, but also your movement's going to stop. If you go back to a really negative mindset, or you introduce a really negative mindset and you just get into this really like victim mindset, then you're probably going to start seeing negative results come in. But that's only if you just completely give up and you go back to and allow a really negative mindset. It has to be those two things in conjunction that's really going to start creating the opposite results. So don't panic. This is just if you completely give up. So yeah, if you allow yourself to revert back to that old way of thinking, eventually your 3D reality has to reflect that as well. It has to be shown that, you know, you're thinking negatively, you're allowing these old memories or doubts or concerns about what's going on with your circumstances to stay prevalent in your mind, and you're no longer putting in that conscious effort, then whatever is in your mind has to eventually reflect in your 3D reality. But what about if you put in loads and loads of effort, you've been really consistent, and then just suddenly you decide, I'm not going to put this effort in for whatever reason it may be. If your subconscious mind has been genuinely saturated, and that means with persistence and repetition, you've put in a lot of effort, a lot of work, and it's really saturated your mind. Maybe you are, you know, just days away from your full result forming in your reality. And at that point you stop putting in the effort. It's very likely that your 3D reality will still continue to shift, will still conform, and maybe your SP will still fully come in, because again, your mind could be saturated to the point that you now almost fully believe it. You've become much more confident and you've released the old story, in which case it is possible that your SP will still come in. So the reason most people would stop, and that probably if you're in this point, it's coming from a negative point. It's not usually like, oh, I know it's mine, I have zero doubt, no one can tell me anything, this person is mine, I'm with this person, SP loves me, SP wants me, whatever it may be. And you know, usually that isn't the case of people giving up. If you give up on something, it's because you've reached a point of frustration, of doubt, you no longer believe in it, you no longer believe in yourself being able to manifest it. Something has happened and you've allowed yourself to take in circumstances and something in your 3D logical reality to, you know, kind of be such a strong point in your mind that you've said, that's why I'm making my decision. I'm making this conscious choice because XYZ has come about in my 3D reality. A conversation I've had, something I saw on social media, a feeling I have, I've been crying for a couple days. I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna let the logic and doubt take over. Usually it's coming from that type of mindset. You do have to keep in mind your reasoning for giving up, and that's a clear indication of where in your manifesting journey you are. Have you actually conformed and saturated your mind and, you know, internally conformed, I mean yourself? Have you been really persisting and putting in the work? Because oftentimes you haven't been, and that's why you want to give up. So you have to keep in mind that because of that, your 3D reality probably won't show anything positive about the relationship going forward. Do remember that no matter what has happened, no matter what mindset you're in, you can always go back to it. You're the creator, you decided what your reality is like, you can always go back to it. And of course, your beliefs and your assumptions control everything. So keep that in mind. When you start persisting and putting in the effort, your 3D has to reflect that. So just to summarize, it doesn't take you back to square one. It's not like the snakes and ladders game. You don't just fall back down the ladder, back to square one, back to the root and, you know, reverting back to the old story instantly. It's not a 180 change, but if your mindset is really negative, then it's probably not going to bring in anything positive. But yeah, just be aware of what you're thinking and your reasoning for giving up. It will usually stop at the place where you are. So if you're kind of conforming, things have been kind of positive, that's what will tend to reflect in the present moment in your 3D reality if you give up. And yeah, persistence is the key to getting your full end result. So do remember all of these principles and what it actually takes to manifest your desired outcome, your desired relationship with your specific person, because those are the actions you will then have to get back into and take to get to the full end result, to work on it day by day. I hope this video was useful, answered some questions, and yeah, if you did find it useful and enjoyed this video, please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye!